Today. Hope it's fantastic. I'm going to give you something which should make it even more fantastic. I want to talk to you about sales recruitment, but a particular aspect, blended remote recruitment, what I call it. I'll probably come up with a better phrase at some point. Now, we all know that office space to put a sales team in is expensive, and all the accoutrements that go with that office space, particularly with social distancing and this mentality, it's really very expensive. So more and more people are starting to realise, which we've at Success Moves been doing for years, that the values of remote home working recruitment, how to make it happen. But usually they get it wrong and it fails. So let me give you a few tips on what makes it right. First of all, in the sales area, most people that come on board to us are wanting what I call 100% at home, 100% commission only. Now, there's a couple of challenges. That can work, but there's a couple of big challenges that need addressing with that. First of all, people remotely at home need more leadership, management and motivation. People seem to think, oh, they're on commission, they'll motivate themselves, we'll just wait for the orders to come in. Never happens, doesn't happen. They've got to have leadership, they've got to have management, they've got to have motivation, more than what you would do in an office environment, because you're not physically there. They can't talk to you, you can't see if they're doing it right or even doing any work. Yeah, so quite often such people drift off. Now, if you have got the structure, the infrastructure, you might have a morning motivational training on Zoom or WhatsApp or something. Yeah, if you've got all of that, that can well work. Now, the second way of doing it is 100% home working, but actually with a basic salary. Now, the basic salary we suggest is virtually only minimum wage covering costs. You know, in the UK is say £1,000 a month. Now, that £1,000 a month gives you control. It gives you the right to say when they start work and when they finish and what targets they've got to hit. It gives you a discipline, it gives them a discipline on what they've got to produce each day. It gives you a control. You can balance the commission with it. And I would suggest in the first month, there's probably a training period, an induction period, and they've got to hit certain criteria to show that they're doing the work. And that criteria is not just sales results. It could be, you know, attended a training course, read this thing and done whatever. Yeah, you've got to structure it in there. But if you're paying them a small basic, that makes it a lot easier to manage and grow a team. Bearing in mind with remote workers, the big advantage is you've got a much bigger talent pool for somebody like ourselves to recruit from. So the wider you can go, the more talent you can get working for your company. Yeah, and that has all sorts of advantages in itself. Now, the next one I would talk about is the 75% at home, but commission only. Now, when I say 75% at home, for 1 week of the month, they go into the office. This has the big advantage of it's put an element of control. You can train them, you can manage them. They're coming and they're going to talk to everybody else about what they've achieved. That will actually have a very strong motivational effect. And you can build the teams, go for a beer together or in the office for a beer together, what it happens to be. That actually can be quite a productive way of doing it. But my favourite for most companies, it does depend on what industry and your culture of the company, is 75% at home with the minimum basic. That has the best of both worlds now, because you've got the 1 week in the office with the training, so your costs in the office. If you've got an office that would normally take 10, but with social distancing, you can only have 3 or 4, you've now split that and they only get a week in the office each. So they share a desk and do it over at least a week, because you need to clean desks at the end of the week and that type of thing. Yeah, that works, but with the basic as well, and that gives you the control, it gives them the motivation, it locks them in. A lot of people now looking for remote homework. 1, they always were leaning that way, and 2, they think I can't catch any germs if I'm working by myself at home. Yeah, I call it blended remote recruitment. That is the best solution if you want to go forward. Do ring me anytime to get a deal in. But have a great day, make things fantastic and put things into practice that you learn. Have a great day.